Alright, it is time for day 8 of Fight for Your Lifelands. So today we simply have one DLC left, which is Fight for Sanctuary DLC, and then after that we will probably just hit level 80 really quick, and then we'll start to think about what we want to do for DigiPeak. Now, we could continue to use the funny endless build with the legendary beast because obviously that works no problem, but when it comes to DigiPeak I would like to build craft something a little more useful. Probably get something else nerfed in the process. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now Fight for Sanctuary mobs are built different, so we'll have to see if we can still give them the same amount of disrespect that we've given the rest of the game, and especially after this build has been freshly nerfed. It seems to be working still, not gonna lie. I don't really feel like we are too troubled for damage here. It'll probably be fine, I would imagine. Also, forget our damage, how about our tankiness, actually? That might be the next on the chopping block, honestly. The fact that I can kind of just sit here, no outward healing except for, like, my skills, and I don't really take much damage at all, is kind of wild. Of course, most of it is because we're in Gunzerk, and we just take severely reduced damage during Gunzerk, but this is just so much DR. We basically don't die. I'm sorry. Why does that do that much damage? Hold on. Forget the endless we're holding. Why are you... What? Okay, well, for some reason this is doing a lot of damage. I guess we could just stack 2 crit fibbers and just run that as well, if we're lucky enough to get a second one. Because I don't know quite why it would be that strong. That's like really, really strong. They do significantly less damage in the right hand. It really does just do so much more damage in my offhand. That's really weird. I don't know why it would even do that. Well, I mean, if anything in our offhand gets triple damage, we might as well use this Mash and Wanderlust that we found. This surely isn't bad for my game or computer. Yeah, this was a great decision. I'm so glad I chose to do this to my game. Wait. If the gun in our offhand just does more damage, like 3 times more, we'd just run a rocket launcher in our offhand instead of our main hand, and then essentially have the shotgun problem back. And then we could main hand something that we don't mind having more ammo cost on for the trade of more damage. And then that would have triple damage as well. Such as, oh, I don't know, an infinite pistol? Oh. Yeah, you get the idea though. It's still more effective to just use the fibber in our offhand, though. That's kind of wild. Alright, Uranus. Could have a crit spot? Yes. You know, not as crazy as I thought it would be. But it's done. Pretty quickly, too. Also, I think after Lilith DLC, the plan is just farm tubbies and loot midgets for chances at general loot. And then we'll get into specifics after that, like getting a pistol or something at level 80. It's probably what we'll do. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh, hey. Oh, we got a rose. So that's instantly going to replace our shield. Because basically, we just receive 4 times less damage when the shield's broken. We get rapid health regen when the thing is depleted. And the only downside is that lifesteal effects are 4 times less effective, which we're not using. So we're just going to get a bunch of DR and health regen from this and can just throw away the build we had. So cool, sure. Why not? I don't even, hold on, what am I like without Gunzerk now? Instantly dead. Okay, what am I like with Gunzerk and kill skills? Instantly not dead. Cool. Yeah, sure. Well, as long as we just keep the kills rolling, we'll just never die. Again. And now I'm curious if our offhand guns have always been doing 3 times more damage and we just haven't noticed it, or if that's a problem with the current patch that we're playing, because I genuinely don't know if that's just what it's been this whole time and that's why our offhands have felt pretty okay. Probably what it is though, which is super weird, but like, probably. Alright, and from Cassius we got a Rough Rider with more max health, but it doesn't have the health regen and the damage reduction that this shield has. Bonus package, and that's probably about it. Yeah, just those two. Okay, well, there you go. Alright, final boss of the DLC. Who would have guessed? We're just gonna deal a lot of damage to him, probably. Yeah. Okay. He didn't even get to do walls. Well, okay, he tried to. But he didn't even get to do his transition there. So that's unfortunate for him. Very good for us. I guess we'll go ahead and just knock this out. Okay. And with that, we are done with the last big DLC. I guess the rest of the day can just be spent getting to level 80, getting a couple of upgrades, and then pretty much just preparing for peak. And then after that, of course, we are going to do raid bosses at OP 10. So that'll probably go well. I couldn't imagine it going poorly at this point. So we'll just see what happens. Okay, we're just going to try to hit level 80 in a respectable, normal way really quick. Oh, okay. Alright. My computer loves this. Okay, let's get out while we can. Level 80. Alright. A little bit of some Geary Farming real quick and try to get some new pistols to work with. Maybe some rockets or something as well. He does drop the Norfleet now since we are high enough level. You know, because why not make him drop a Norfleet? So we could totally just like, I don't know, put it right here in our offhand like this. And then just kind of shoot it at dudes for 3 times the damage it's supposed to. But like, who would, that would be a little bit too strong, you know? Who would really do that? And I don't know if there are any upgrades. We'll just kind of have to look around a little. See what we can find. Okay, we got a new Endless. Feels pretty good. So this has a base damage of 37,000. And of course, with our 309,000 health pool, we're going to deal a little bit more than that. But I'm not going to complain. That's just free. Well, we've gotten a new pistol from Geary alongside some Norfleets because, you know, why not? So we're going to go ahead and take this stuff and rotate over to those tubbies and loot midgets. Okay, what else is cursed? Plus 50% projectiles per shot. So, wait a minute. I was thinking this was like multi-shot or like two-fang, but if this literally is just 50% more pellets, then a little masher like this in our main hand, then a shotgun in our offhand could equal so many more bullets for no extra ammo cost. We might need to get a shotgun and test that out. The shotgun build might still work. It'll just be the other extreme instead of the one it was before. Okay, so using the gub right now, we could totally run this with a hoarder build with a shotgun if that is how it works. And then we could totally just fry some guys that way. We'll just kind of have to see if that is true. Also, we can get infinite money shots on our Vengefulls, like on our endless things. We might respec the character again. Trying to get rid of the bullets as fast as we can. Our reload speed isn't quite there, and there we go. Alright, we've got a funny gun. And it's over. But we have a funny gun. The concept exists, and it's real. I don't think I'm going to use it through peak, because I will admit, visually, it is horrible to look at. But just the fact that it exists and works is really funny. So I have just been told why we are dealing 3 times damage with our offhand, and it is because the legendary beast still applies the old health to damage to the offhand. So main hand is getting 25% damage bonus like it's supposed to, but offhand is still getting that 125%. So that's why we're seeing such a big damage difference there, and that is surely going to get fixed. So yeah, just that. That's the only reason this is here. We will stop abusing it because I just want to test other stuff. Obviously, we have some interesting options, running a hoarder build with a masher and pairing that with a shotgun for the 50% projectiles per shot, alongside 5 shots or 6 or another however many projectiles per shot, could equal my computer crying probably, but also a funny build. So we'll probably do that next. So for our next farm for a shotgun, we're going to go to Pirate DLC, and we are going to farm Tinkles the Stalker, because they drop every shotgun in the game. We can get one that has a 100% chance to apply slag on every shot. And so I think that would be a good offhand for our masher idea that we've got going on. We'll just have to see if that works. Alright, like the official beta tester that we are, I have been given another copy of the mod that fixes the offhand shenanigans. They were really fast about that, to be honest. Like, that's really surprising, and that's super cool. So now our legendary beast should apply 15% of current health into gun damage on both hands instead of 25%. Or 125%. Okay, that's funny. Fair enough. Yeah, so the damage is definitely lower. I will go ahead and say that. This is totally fair. It probably deserved a re-nerf, to be honest. No pearls. That's very surprising. Oh, we got a couple shotguns, to be fair. Not like we didn't get anything. Guess a slow hand could provide lifesteal. So we've got an offhand shotgun now. So if we just shoot our main hand, this will be a little bit hard to tell, I'll be honest. But we have 28 pellets here. Gunzerk, 50% more pellet. And then if we trigger a kill skill, up to 60% more pellet. And then, of course, we only have a masher gub right now, but there are, of course, other masher variant pistols that we could get. We could get a hail blow, which would have time 73 if it spawned with a masher prefix, which would mean we'd be shooting about 150 projectiles with that every time that we shot it. And I feel like that would be probably too much for the game to handle, but it would just be hilarious. Okay, So looking overall at our class mod options, I think the Legendary Beast still might be our best pick, simply because it provides +7 to 5 shots or 6. It provides +2 last longer. It still provides a little bit of damage in the form of converting our health into damage pool as well. And then we could run a Hoarder for slightly more ammo regen and some mag size and some other stuff. This would be a good option, and I wouldn't blame you for picking it. The Renegade would provide the +90 there. It'd provide an extra 33, 30 here. Don't know why that was stuck like that. But yeah, it would provide 30 here, and then you could try to work down this tree more. But in terms of survival and DPS and hoarding, I think the Beast is still our best overall. So this is simply what we're going to run. So unfortunately, this is corrosive, and this is not a corrosive damage-taking man. But if he were, he would surely be crying. So I think the next move is to get more pistols, so that we can actually, like, you know, test this out against stuff that isn't a robot. And then just kind of see how it treats us. So this is the Hail Blow. This is kind of what I was talking about. Unfortunately, it's not a masher though. So have this. It shoots in a funny arc, but if you zoom in, it shoots way more ammo, but also shoots forward. So you can choose whether or not to run it like that. You could just mortar strike a guy. And then honestly, if we're at close range, we could probably get away with that. That's a fun thing we could do. And if we got the times 73 variant, oh, my screen and my game. I think one of the main things I should really point out, we'll double the ammo count of any gun for the shot count. So even if we just use like a pyrophobia or a rocket launcher of some sort, it would still shoot at least a good 2 pellets on a kill skill. So it's not like we couldn't use this with other items, it's just the fact that having so many pellets at the same time sounds way funnier. So that's kind of why we're doing this. Might be a little more difficult to get this than I thought it would be. I think it would be way more time effective if we just went ahead and start Digipeak today. You know, kind of just because why not? And then next time, we'll just finish Digipeak, we'll get some gear at OP10, and then we'll just start fighting raid bosses. So let's just do that, because like why not at this point? Yeah, so current build walking into peak is a mash and gub, practicable slow hand. Got 2 Nor fleets on because like of course at this point, why not? We've got a Rose, we've got the Beast on, and we've got a Vitality Relic and the Magic Missile. Current build is looking like this. Let me back up against a wall real quick so we can get a better look at this. Pretty much what we've been running for the most part. Of course, I could probably put points into Just Got Real, but I think with our Gub and our Slow Hand, we'll probably be constantly topped off on health, and if we're not, we'll just be down. So the difference will be basically nothing, and we're pretty much just using the class mod for the fire rate and projectile speed here, or projectile per shot, the override duration and bonuses and stuff here, and then of course stacking the health for extra damage. So just gonna run it like this. If we need to change anything, we can, but as of right now, I have to imagine this will be fine. Alright, first subjects. Yeah, I think the first couple OP levels should be pretty okay. Honestly, I think the slow hand by itself is doing a lot of good work. Yes, it is. Okay, maybe I should just dual wield slow hands. What are we doing messing with mashers and stuff? Huh. Okay. I've made a mistake. I thought it would be funny to try to jump with my own slow hand. Although with the amount of knockback this thing gives, we could do peak skips with it, and I think that that would work really, really well. But we don't need a rocket jumper on this character, we can just slow hand ourselves. And apparently without fear of dying either. Wow, this is like playing Torg. That's crazy. Okay. Well, sure. Get back to where we were, I guess. Okay, it's a little hard to aim. A Norfleet's not hard to aim. Yeah, this is definitely what the dev intended. This is totally what it's supposed to be like at all times. Okay. Well, this will surely work for a couple OP levels. Oh, man. The mod dev just sent me an update. I wonder what this is gonna be. Alright, so we got an updated version of the mod. Alright, well. Okay. It was fun while it lasted. Man. Fair. Very fair. It's okay. It's not supposed to be an easy fly everywhere and delete everybody mod. It's supposed to be a difficult, challenging mod. So I get it. It makes sense. Let's just enjoy the fact that we had it for 2 OP levels, and that it was absolutely hilarious and probably way too OP for that amount of time that we had it. Your shield is broken, stop impaling me. Oh, it's an antagonist. Okay, my bad. Okay, hold on. Yeah. This is so stupid. Start throwing like 2 damage chucks at people at really, really high speeds. So it turns out Gunzerk is not a funny burst damage action skill in this mod. Yeah. I just really thought it was gonna be because of the way that it was set up initially, but this is just 100% constant uptime. Be the funny 2-hand man. Yeah, that's totally what this character is. Hey, what if I just chucked, I don't know, my entire ammo reserve at a guy? It still seems to be pretty OP.
You are nearly finished with the course. In keeping with laws of drama, however, I have saved the most difficult task for last.
Yeah, so I do not think that this character will face any contest in Peak at all. So I am completely okay with doing Peak Gibbs from here on and just farming out those OP levels really quick. So that's what we'll start tomorrow with, and then after that we will just immediately start running at some OP raid bosses. So yeah, seems good. Day 8.